Wow, when I think about what are the key characteristics of a godly teacher, it gets a little bit complicated because personality plays such a part of it, and style, teaching style, background. But I think we can get it down to maybe three key characteristics. And I would say number one is love for students. I think often, and I'm going to make a huge generalization here, but I think often the academy can draw individuals who are very much in love with subjects, in love with books, in love with private study and research. However, if we're going to be in the classroom, we also have to have a sense of calling to people. I had a pastor tell me one time he loved everything about being a pastor except the people. And I've seen professors at the university that have that same response. So I think one of the key characteristics of a godly teacher is love for her students, a deep, passionate love to sincerely want them to succeed. And the second thing, I believe, it sounds a little bit maybe pseudo-spiritual, but I think it's vitally important for professors or teachers or instructors to have a burden to pray for their students. Godly characteristic would be a person of prayer who prays for their students. I pray for my students every day. I pray over the roster. I call them by name. Sometimes it's intercessory. Sometimes it's just calling their name out before God. But it's very hard to be angry and ugly to someone you're praying for each day. And then the third, which is probably, I would say, maybe the most important, and it actually models Jesus, is expertise in your field. You need to stay fresh. You need to stay alive. I always tell my colleagues, if you've taught this course for 5 years, you better not be using the same lesson plan and the same curriculum, the same syllabus. So it's important for us to stay fresh, relevant, to stay on top of our fields, and to keep inviting the Holy Spirit into our content. So I think those would be the three: love for students, a prayer life that involves your students' names, and absolute preparedness for the classroom.